All right, hello everyone. It's Spencer from Buildapreneur here, and we don't do these interviews very often, but I'm pretty excited for this one. So we are going to do an interview. This is Peter Pru, right? Pru?
Yes, yes. What's up, man?
Not a lot of ways to pronounce that one. So, and this video is going to be all about Ecom, okay, using sales funnels with Ecom, and Peter has absolutely crushed it. Because this is YouTube, we're not going to do a lot of introductions. We're just going to dive right in. And Peter, I want you to just explain before we start teaching why you're qualified to teach this, and then we'll just go straight into it.
So I've been in online marketing for about 10 years, overnight success story, I like to call it. Have done tons of things online. I've sold just about everything you can imagine, Amazon FBA. I've done Shopify, and always struggled to be able to actually pay myself from those business models just because they were usually focusing on front end sales of a product. And I don't want to get into all the Amazon stuff, but started using sales funnels about 4 years ago from ClickFunnels. It was actually funny. Yeah, 4 years. I was probably one of the first 1,000 people. So It's a funny story. I'll make it real quick, but I was in a mastermind group with Ryan Moran. I don't know. Do you know who Ryan Moran is? He does Amazon stuff. And I was working full time still at the time, trying to make something work, trying to make enough money in e-commerce so I can quit my job. And I was at a conference for work, and it was a mastermind event that night. So I jumped on our call, and ClickFunnels was presenting the software. Right, at the mastermind event, I was like, "Oh my god, this is totally game changer." And nobody really saw it. They were "Oh, cool." It seems like a lot of work though. To why don't we just keep sending traffic to Amazon because they just do all our sales for us, right? That's how a lot of Amazon sellers think, unfortunately. Yeah. They just kind of set it and forget it. But then again, you don't have any customers, which kind of sucks. They're Amazon's customers. But started really immersing myself in sales funnels, continuity programs, subscription box businesses, free plus shipping offers, into my fishing business. Make a long story short, lots of, trials and tribulations and road bumps along the way. We ended up hitting 2 Comma Club, actually way over 2 Comma Club, but we got the award from ClickFunnels for getting the 2 Comma Club from that business. And we actually ended up selling it just due to some, don't want to get into it too much, due to some bad partnerships that I had in that business, mistakes on my part, take full responsibility on that. Sold the business about 8 months ago. Started a channel called E-commerce Empire Builders, where we started teaching other people these same strategies because it's pretty foreign. A lot of people aren't doing this stuff. People started getting great results, so on. And now I'm launching a supplement business the same exact way. So condensed 10 years into a couple minutes here.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And the reason we have Peter on is because I'm super familiar with ClickFunnels. I use ClickFunnels for a ton of things, but I'm totally clueless when it comes to Ecom and physical products and ClickFunnels. And based on that award on the wall there, Peter is not totally clueless. So Peter, can you talk a little bit about why sales funnels? So a lot of these guys are probably using Shopify, and they're trying to figure out, can I even do this in ClickFunnels? Should I move to ClickFunnels? I've got this huge store in Shopify that's doing okay. Convince them.
Yeah. So here's the problem, right? And I'm going to include myself with this. We have the attention spans of goldfish, as people, right? You have very, very little amount of time, 3 seconds to get somebody's attention from an ad, get them to qualify themselves to you, and get them to potentially turn into a customer at that very moment. Now, when you go look at regular physical products, Facebook ads, and I'm sure you see them all the time, when you click them, most people are sending them to a product page or a Shopify store. Now, the problem with that is these Shopify stores, there is so many things going on. There's shiny objects everywhere. There's links to different products. There's tons of pictures. There's tons of categories, and there's not a lot of congruency going on these Shopify stores that I see, right? Now with the funnel, right, and the reason the funnels convert so well, and just to give you some comparison, Shopify stores, and these are not made up numbers, you can go look these up. Shopify released that the average Shopify store converts at 1.33%. That means to put that in perspective, that means around 1 person out of 100 will buy from you on a Shopify store, which is really hard to build a business that way. Now, with a funnel, you're really taking your customer, right? That person from Facebook ad, that person from wherever you're getting traffic from, you're taking them by the hand and telling them specifically what are you selling them. Nothing else. There's no shiny objects anywhere. You're focusing completely on this one product and giving it as much perceived value as possible. Now, when these people, they land on something called a landing page, a squeeze page, and the whole purpose of that is to collect an email address. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, email marketing is dead. It's pointless. Like, why do I need to collect the email address? I just want to go right for the cash, right? And that's great and all. And that's what most Shopify sellers do. But like, you're missing out on so much extra money, right? When you collect that email address, you're going to be able to follow up with them with abandoned cart email sequences. You're going to be able to follow up with them with future promotions. And most importantly, you're going to be able to build a relationship with these people, because a lot of them, they're going to come in from a Facebook ad. They don't know you. They don't like you, and they don't trust you at all. So you need to, a lot of these people, like, it's great to have these impulse buyers, right? They're awesome. Like, they'll buy everything. They'll buy everything you have. But most people aren't like that. And I love to ask this question, dude, like, have you ever like bought, besides like an information program maybe, but like, have you ever bought like a physical product from a Facebook ad?
You're talking to the wrong sucker. I buy like everything. People run ads, so target me, people. But I do. I know that most people aren't like me.
But most people don't. Okay, Spencer, you're like literally the abnormality here. Terrible example. But most people, like me, I have never bought in something from a Facebook ad. But I have bought something from emails. I've bought something from like somebody's Instagram page. I've done those kind of things. Right now, that's what you have to start to think about your business. A lot of Shopify sellers, they're very like, they want instant gratification, and that's not how business works, right? Business is a long-term play. I want everybody to build a long-term business, not something where they make, $1,000 a month for, a couple months and then their store basically goes away. Now, these funnels compared to a Shopify store, they're very, very simple, right? Like it literally like you could put like a 5-year-old in front of them and they understand what's going on, right? They land on the landing page. Immediately, we have to qualify that person as an email subscriber or a messenger bot opt-in, whatever. We need to get them to do some sort of micro commitment to qualify themselves. So we capture that email address. And on the second page is
about like, what does that typically look like in a physical, in the digital world, it's really easy. We can just give them all kinds of free crap. What does that look like in the physical product world?
So in a physical product world, like it could be like a free plus shipping offer. Hey, enter your email address to claim your free survival knife now, right? Just pay shipping, right? You're just doing that. You don't necessarily need to be like free ebook. You don't have to try that hard, right? Most people, they'll actually give you their email address if your offer is good, if that perceived value is really good. And I'll show you guys an example here shortly. Right? If the perceived value of your product and your offer that you put together is really high, people will gladly give you their email address or opt in to learn more, right? That's all you're trying to get. Oh, just pique the curiosity enough for them to give you that email address. Now, once that happens, they give you the email address. The next step of the funnel is order form, right? Now, there's a bunch of cool things you can do in an order form. I always recommend doing quantity break discounts. Some people are going to be like, well, my product, nobody would ever buy more than one. It's not true. I'm telling you, like my magic numbers I always offer is 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? I'm telling you, like I had just had like one of our students, he was like the last 2 people that bought 8. Like, I don't even know what they're going to do with these products. Like why? Why do they need 8 of these? Listen, guys, you don't know. There's too many variables for you to account for to understand everybody's buying behavior or buying habits, right? So always offer more, right? These people have friends who are your perfect customers as well. They might be giving them to other people. And even though conversions on the 8 or like 6 or 8 might be lower, it's still worth like over a year period. If you look, we're like, oh, wow, that accounted for tens of thousands of dollars in sales. So it's always worth having quantity break discounts. I even had one student selling something that was like $100, right, for 1 unit, and he offered quantity breaks. Like, and they still were buying more than one, right? It's crazy. It literally, honestly, I was like, there's no way, like something's wrong. Just test it. Listen, a lot of people, they love to be, they love to think that they know best, and never, like anytime somebody asks me, I'm like, let us look at the data. Let's drive traffic. Let's see what happens and then adjust from there. But data is truth. Like you can't, you don't know the truth. Like you have to let the data tell you what that truth is and then iterate off of that, right? It's like a feedback loop, right? Now on that order form, we also like to do order bumps, right? It's a pre-purchase upsell, no brainer, right? It's like going to a grocery store, checkout aisle. It's like a pack of gum, like whatever. I love to do like very like marketing things here. So you could do like my favorite one that anybody can do is like a limited edition version of your product. That's like a very easy one. People love limited edition version, right? And this is where your marketing savviness comes in. So for example, when I was selling fishing lures, right, offering quantity break discounts, then we offer like a gold colored version of that fishing lure in the order bump, right? Same exact cost to us, same exact everything. We just market it as a limited edition version. There's only 100 of these. 73 have already been claimed, right? You do a little, you have to kind of work it. Remember, guys, these people are coming from a Facebook ad, so scarcity, urgency, you gotta really use it. Then after that, you have your upsell sequences, which you can have as many upsell sequences as you want. There's a lot of different strategies that go into it. I'll always recommend either selling them more of what they just bought at a cheaper discounted rate, offering them complimentary products that they could like if they're selling fishing lures, maybe you sell them like a fishing rod or an information product. Information products in your upsell. A lot of people think like for me, like people, they're like, oh, you know, e-commerce, right? But like, no, it's like everything. Like put information in there, right? Like you can go to Google, type in fishing PLRs, and you're going to get presented with like courses, ebooks, like all these things that you can go out, buy once for like $50, buy a course for $50, get the rights to that course, plug it into your upsell for $50. That means you only have to sell it one time, and then all of that is pure profit. Like I love mixing all of these things together. And then your upsell sequence, I mean, you can have whatever you want in there. Obviously, test things out. But the key thing that I always recommend having here is your subscription, having some sort of subscription model in your business. This can be also information. If you're in like the fitness space, you're pretty spoiled because like that market is validated. Like people already know, hey, we're paying $10 a month, we get information every month. Me with fishing, unfortunately, we had to mix information with digital, with physical. So we sent fishing lures every month, and then our digital thing was interviews with professionals in the fishing space. We would send them our fishing lures early, and they would do reviews on how to use our products. Right? They'd be like, oh, like these are the best ways to fish this fishing lure, and so on and so on. And we'd send that out in an email when our customers' boxes were shipped out to them. Right? So good mixture there, good high perceived value. This is a game of perceived value, guys. Like you don't have to be the best product in town, but you have to have the highest perceived value in town. And that's the basic structure of the funnel before you finally hit your thank you page, where it's also very, very, very important to sell, right? Just because you're done selling doesn't mean your customers are done buying from you. Okay, like really important to grasp that. So even if you only have one product funnel, like that's all you need, honestly, to do a six-figure business in e-commerce, right? But even if you don't have anything else to sell, like go to ClickBank, right? Go find some affiliate deals and put them on your thank you page. Like let's say it's you're in fitness or whatever, and you see some fitness supplements. Go sign up for their affiliate program and then push those people out there and let that person sell for you. Right? Or even like, I know this is like a kind of not the best affiliate program, but Amazon Associates, right? You're not going to get rich off of Amazon Associates, but you can push people out to Amazon and you make a commission off of everything that they sell, you know, or push them out to your Facebook group, right? Creating more assets, or just wherever you got to push them, just get them out somewhere. So it's either creating assets for your business or selling them something. But you can see like, and I love talking about this stuff because you can see like, and I just did like a great review on a Shopify store. And it's so funny, man. Like it took me 8 clicks from ad to being able to buy. It took me 8 clicks, right? Facebook ad was 1 click. Shopify store, I browsed around, had to click a product, right? Click the product. Now I'm on a product page. I have to click add to cart, another click, right? Then I have to click check out. Okay, boom. Now I'm in my cart page. Then I have to click my shipping information. Like, and there was 8 pages before they never even, believe it or not, and this is like something that I took away that was super profound from even doing that, is like I took 8 clicks on that business's website, and they had no way to contact me ever again besides like retargeting. They had they never tried to grab my email. They never did anything. They had no way to contact. And I did 8 clicks. I literally was on that video for 30 minutes on their website, clicking around, like, and they never did anything with it. And you could see like how in 2 clicks, right, from ad, right, they click your Facebook ad immediately on the second click. The second click is them giving you their email address and clicking submit. Like
that is wild.
You see how powerful this is? And on the third click, they're giving you money, right? That's why. So giving this some comparison, like, the average funnel converts at 10 to 15%. Like that means like 10 on the lowest range, 10 out of 100 people will buy from you, right? Because it's simple. Like I'm a very simple person. I'm not that smart, right? Like I love like me with funnels. Like keep it simple. You just need one product, right? Go find a best-selling product out there, wrap it around a really, really good, compelling offer so that perceived value of that product is really, really high. And this is where like information comes into play really well. Like it doesn't always have to be like, oh, let's just throw more stuff in the bag and just like up the perceived value that way. No, like think about your customer and what's that result that they want to achieve. So for fishing, for example, right? These people, they want to catch more fish. They want to catch bigger fish. But on a deeper level, they really just want to show off, right? Like that's the only reason. Like they want to, or beat a personal record of theirs. But like, how can we help them get there? How can we help them catch more fish? How can we catch them bigger fish? Like when we get like, because think about it, guys. Like they're gonna get that fishing lure, but they're gonna get a bunch of other problems that they're gonna have. Like they're gonna have all these other questions about, okay, like when do I use this fishing lure? Like what type of fishing rod do I use this fishing lure on? What kind of line do I use this fishing? How do I tie this fishing lure on my line? Like what type of weather? There's so many variables. This is what I mean. It's so important.
I would have no idea on fishing, but yeah.
But no, dude, like, so I love fishing. That's why that's my business. I love it. Like it's something I've done. And this goes back to, whatever business you start in, like I recommend you be like crazily passionate or into it. Right. Cause it's going to make it more fun. Like guys, like I've sold everything. Like I sold like Montessori toys. I sold little Judge Gavels. I sold like little foam pegboards and stuff. So many things. And I was always just that person that was just trying to make money online and, quit. But like, I can tell you, like, I wasn't ever able to quit my job until this fishing business, until I started a business that I actually enjoyed, where I didn't even care if it succeeded or it failed, because I just loved doing the thing. Right. Yeah. And when I did that, all of these, like creating these offers and things like that, they became fun. They became easy. I'm like, okay, well, like what can I put in there? Right. Because believe it or not, like every niche has all these different problems in it. You just have to go in deeper enough. Like for fishing, like a perfect example, you don't know this, but like, depending if it's cloudy outside or sunny outside, or if the water is dirty or clear, like it changes the game completely, like for what kind of fishing lure to use. So to start thinking about that in your market, like what are the problems that are going to introduced when you sell them your thing? Because there absolutely is. And the people that say there isn't, or that their problem doesn't solve any problems, like you just don't know your niche enough, right? That's like one of the biggest things I see in e-commerce is that people are in niches they don't even like want to be in. I don't know if you see this often too, but like you see people in this business where it's just like, even all their messaging, all their marketing, you just tell like it's just almost borderline like I don't want to say scammy, but it's like you could just tell the person, yeah, they're just copying other people, copy pasting, like hoping something sticks. And trust me, like guys, like I know the feeling because you're just trying to make money. And a lot of people, for me and you to say like, oh, well, just be it's easy for us to say now because like we quote unquote made it. And I don't think that. I don't think you've ever made it, but like it's easy for us to say now to reflect over the past, however many years. But like really think about that. Like whatever business you're in, like whatever you put in, right? The effort you put in are the results you're going to get out. And if you just go and like copy people word for word, or like copy what's working for me and don't put your own spin on it, like you're a ticking time bomb basically. Like you're not going to be able to sustain that, right? So long-winded answer to a short question right there, but I hope that was valuable.
Hey, let's talk a little about traffic, because I know at least me, I'm like, oh, I want to go build a funnel now. I can't imagine anybody listening to what you just said and being like, no, I'm going to stick with Shopify. So they want to build a funnel. Mm-hmm. They kind of get the concept of a funnel. How does traffic play into all this? Like, where are you going? What are you doing?
So I always look at traffic like two ways, right? There's like the paid traffic, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram ads, wherever, banner ads, that kind of traffic. And I'm looking at this as a perspective as somebody who's just starting out right now. So if you're just starting out, and I know a lot of people, they might not necessarily have like $1,000, $2,000 to go and invest in traffic, like Facebook and those paid traffic platforms, and that's okay. That's completely fine. I recommend you, if you're on a budget, to go with like influencers. Influencer marketing is like the most powerful and underused tactic. For example, YouTube influencers are my favorite. Everybody's like on Instagram. We'll get into that in a second, but like YouTube influencers are the best, right? I will pay somebody I'll even give somebody $100 for a video review of my product. So what I'll do is I'll be like, hey, I'll reach out to the influencer, just start talking to them and be like, hey, I would love to send you out my product. We just recently launched this. It's a brand new fishing lure and all these other things in it. We want to send you a box full of our latest things. And all I ask in exchange for that is just like, can you just give us a quick review, an honest review of our products? And 9 times out of 10, that influencer, that YouTube influencer, that Instagram influencer will gladly do that for you. And some of you might be thinking, there's no way. They'll never do that for me. Guys, I'm not talking about going after like a 1 million person subscriber. I'm talking like somebody has like 10, 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? which is a lot, right? But those people, like, I don't know about you, but like, I know with me, like, content isn't like the easiest thing to always think of. Yeah. So if you position it as a way like, hey, you know what, this is like an easy content piece for you. Right? Like they want that. They want that help. And if you show that you're different, not just like, oh, how much you charge for a video. Instead being like, hey, I would just love your honest feedback about our products. And if you do like our products and services, like maybe we can work together in the future. We have, you know, a lot of cool things coming down the line. We'd love to have you and pay you on a monthly basis for promotions and such. And we can, you know, shout you out to our audiences and grow your following and your, you know, win-win, right? It's all about creating win-win situations with you and your influencer. So the other really key thing that I love about YouTube influencers, and again, guys, don't go after the people that have 100,000 subscribers. They're smarter. Quote unquote.
That's funny.
But like they don't know how to monetize audiences. Like people that have like those 10,000 person audiences, they really don't know how to monetize. So when you go in there and ask them for a review, like they're going to be like, yeah, sure. Like, absolutely. Like you're going to elevate their status because you're a business and they're just an influencer, right? They're like, whatever. I just love recording myself fishing every single day. Of course I'll do it. Why not? Right? Now, as they create review content for you, this is super powerful because you're going to be able to use that in your content. Right, you're going to be able to use that in your abandoned cart emails, maybe in your advertisements later on, showing these kind of review videos that all these influencers come up for you. And most importantly is when new customers come to your funnel, right? Let's say somebody comes to your funnel, they opt in, but they don't buy. Most people, you know what most people do is they go to Google or they go to YouTube, they type in your business name and type in review. You're not showing up somewhere in there, they're not going to buy from you. There's no chance. But I guarantee if they do type that in and they come in and see a bunch of influencers doing reviews of your product and they can see how it looks like, you have a much more better chance of converting those people, right? Not to mention that a lot of these influencers are going to post like the link in their profile or description of their YouTube video, you know, pushing them to your offer, right? And you could set up affiliate commit. Like if you do ClickFunnels, like that's so easy. Like you could just set up like the backpack so your affiliates can get commissions like on a recurring basis. Like if people sign up for your subscription box, you can be like, hey, you know, for every subscriber you get for our subscription box, you get paid $5 on recurring payments, right? Like that, like I know it's not a lot, but like as volume goes, right? Like that builds up for these people. It's just another income source for them. Now, same strategy applies to if you're going to do Instagram or Pinterest or wherever there's other influencers around. You go in there showing that you're different, showing that you actually want like a real relationship with these people, and don't just come in and be like, hey, how much for a shout out, or how much for, how much for a promotion. Like go in there and like act like a person, right? Like a lot of people, like this is like a lost art when I tell people this is like, like I'm telling you, like having these business relationships with people is like so powerful in so many ways. Because let's say you launch a new offer, a new funnel, like you just reach back out to them, be like, hey, we're launching a new thing, and boom, you have instant traffic just like that. Now, the reason I recommend people start with influencers, it does take more of your time. It does take a little bit more time to see results, right? Mm-hmm. But you're building up your Facebook pixel here. It's if you guys understand what Facebook pixel is, like Facebook thrives on data, right? The more data you give Facebook, especially about your buyers, the better the Facebook algorithm is going to work and understand who to serve ads to, because Facebook wants to make you money. Like it does, but it wants to also make itself money. But it needs to know who your buyers are, so it knows who to serve ads to, who else is like those buyers of yours. So we build up a bunch of buyers through influencer marketing, and then we transition to Facebook. We have all that data on our pixel already. Then Facebook ads are a lot more profitable. So that's kind of the rundown right there.
and for those people that don't know, Yeah, so I launched my course. A lot of you guys are aware of this last September, and did it 100% through influencers. Pretty much just what he talked about, reaching out to people, working with people that already had audiences, 100%, and did almost 6 figures in a single day, sheerly with relationships and influencers without a single ad sent. So vouch for what he said there.
And that's the thing, is like that, like, influencers are so powerful. Like, some people, obviously, if you're watching, you're from the ClickFunnels, so you hear Dream 100, and it's all basically the same thing. I mean, yeah, some people will be like, oh, Dream 100 isn't influencer marketing. In e-commerce, to me, it's basically the same exact thing. I'm reaching out to people. Like, I wouldn't even, like, guys, like, I'm so obsessed with my niches. Like, even if somebody only has like 1,000 subscribers, and I can be like, yo, this kid, like, his content's really good. His following's starting to grow. You can use sites like socialblade.com to check their growth on YouTube. And you can usually tell, and you can grab these people and bring them on like as like sponsored athletes. Like, we would always do that, like our sponsored team, bring them on, pay them $100 a month and be like, hey, you know, in exchange, we're going to give you $100 a month. And you just, create like 4 promotional posts for us on your Instagram every single month. And, shout us out in your YouTube videos, once a week, right? Like, so powerful right there. Like, guys, and I'm telling you, like, that content, when those people create content for you, especially on YouTube, this is why I love YouTube. Like, that video that they make for you could be making sales a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, right? With Instagram, it's kind of like when somebody shot you on Instagram, like, usually you're going to make all your sales in the first 6 hours, and then you're kind of done. Like, so I love using YouTube for that. It's basically like Google search, but in video form, which is easier in my opinion. Like, if I'm going to compare blogs and YouTube, like, people are watching YouTube. Like, I don't feel like people read that much anymore. Again, some people do, but I would never. And there's a strategy with that as well, like buying blog spots and stuff like that. But I've found most of my success with YouTube influencers.
YouTube is my #1 channel. And tell anyone asks, just like you said, 3 years from now, you're still making sales from something you like don't even remember doing. I get money coming in from PayPal all the time, and I literally can't even like figure out where it's coming from, and usually it's YouTube.
What a good problem to have. I don't even know.
Man. But anyway, I want you. So, could we dive in deeper, like the actual how? I know, like, logistically, a lot of people watching this video, like, okay, well, what's the logistics of this funnel? ClickFunnels isn't exactly 100% made for this, and so how does that all look logistically?
So let me share my screen real quick.
For sure. I'll just even.
So, do you see my screen?
Absolutely.
Cool. So here is a funnel. So this is from, I don't know, a lot of people probably don't know what this company is, but they're one of the bigger survival companies out there. It's called Survival Life. Now, this is one of their funnels right now, and they use ClickFunnels for everything, basically, for most of their things. Sorry, for front end stuff. Let's just say. And you can see here, look how simple this page is, right? So simple, right? This is the page I was talking about, like that when somebody lands on from a Facebook, like, this is the page they land on, right? Immediately right here, sorry, this is all like, it's all tester data, but you could see, hey, they're saying, get this $14.95 Everstrike, right? Everstrike, that's such like a, it's like a almost premium sounding in itself. Everstrike waterproof lighter free while supplies last, right? Great curiosity-based headline right there. All right, the Everstrike lighter, the world's most durable, long-lasting, completely waterproof lighter. Get one free, right? Very high perceived value. This is an amazing headline because it basically answers every single objection that the person's going to have about this. Oh, is this a piece of crap? No, it's durable. Oh, but it doesn't last long, does it? Nope, it does, right? It gives you all that. So a lot of people, when they come from Facebook ad, you're going to try and buy them emotionally immediately, right? That's always the goal, right? We love emotional buyers. They're the people that, give us their email address. They buy 8 quantities. They buy the order bump. They buy every single upsell. Like, those are amazing individuals. I love emotional impulse buyers, right? And you can build your business like that. You can build your business like that, but you also need to appeal to the logic, right? The logical people where they're like, long lasting. Well, what does that mean? Or durable. Like, what does that mean? Because there's going to be people like, oh, I need to know all these e-sales. And that's where you can go into your bullet points. That's the point, right? Most people, they're not going to scroll here. Most people, they're just going to look here. The emotional people, you should be able to portray your entire thing right there. Like, that's it, right?
I just realized I just bought this product on AliExpress for like 35 cents a few weeks ago. It just came in the mail like this week.
There you go. And guess what? That's where they're getting theirs from. And then guess what? That 35 cents, and they sell it for $3 or whatever, right? That's I don't know how many 100% margin increase that is, but a lot. So you could see, right? You should be able to explain the entire benefit offer right there, because most people, again, they're not going to scroll down unless they want more logic from you and credibility. Credibility is something you can manufacture, okay? Go get influencers to review your products, right? Showcase, hey, look, used by top influencers. Credibility is like, what's your guarantee? Do you have money back guarantees? Do you have warranties, right? People need to feel comfortable because they're coming from a cold traffic source like Facebook or even an influencer, which I still consider cold traffic, not necessarily warm, even though they kind of trust that audience. And that's the whole point of like the bullet points, right? Bullet points, nice little image here, just showing the product in use. Lifestyle images like this work really well. And they're very good at showing the perceived value, right? A lot of people, they'll just go and they'll just put their picture on a white background and put it out there. Don't do that. There's a reason, guys. If you go on Amazon.com, the Amazon requires you to use a white background, right? And it's because it evens the playing field, because even Amazon knows if you start adding lifestyle-based images, you can persuade people to buy your product just based on a good lifestyle image, right? So make sure you're always using some sort of lifestyle-based imagery in your products to up the perceived value, right? Like, look great. Like, you can see that it looks premium, right? Doesn't it? Like, it looks like a good quality. Like, it makes me want this, and I'm not even in this niche. I'm like, oh, I just want that thing. Just like have it. Like, you know what I mean?
Makes sense.
And here's another powerful technique. A lot of this there's so many cool things to do with this stuff, but do you see how like they position 3 here, right? And like 2 here, right? But they're only offering you 1, right? They're only saying 1, but just you seeing 2, you seeing 3, right? You seeing multiple quantities of this, right? Is instinctively it's basically pre-framing you when you fill in your billing and ship. This is basically where they collect the email, name, shipping information. They click next step. This is basically where they are pre-framing you on the second step, where you're going to select how many quantity units you have. You can see here, they're doing 1, 2, or 5, right? 1, 2, or 5, right? And you can do these cool little hacks with CF Pro tools, like doing this. They don't have an order bump here or anything like that. But you can see here, like as far as their offer, that's one thing, like when I did do this funnel, is that they don't really portray it well up here. Like one additional thing I would do here is like get 1 free plus, $75 worth of exclusive members only bonuses, right? Because they're even telling you here, order pay and get $75 in free gifts. But like, again, most people aren't going to scroll down here, right? They're not going to scroll down there. So I would just say, if you're putting together a good offer, this kind of product, and I don't want to say this, but these kind of products, if you can make your product look good like this, you don't even need an offer, right? Because it's already a free plus shipping, Yeah, and it's so low resistance. But again, I always like to give absolutely no reason. Like this is the ultimate question I ask every single Shopify store I review, every single person I'm working with for doing funnels is like, why should they buy from you instead of going to Walmart or Amazon or buying from one of your competitors? Right? It's like the ultimate question. If you can't answer that question and be like, oh, there's no way they would buy from anywhere else. They always would have to buy from me. Then you have a good offer, because here you can go to Amazon. You could buy this too. But again, they put this offer together. Now that's it, right? 2 clicks, right? And this is called a 2-step order form. I know most of you probably already know that, but you can break this up into just an opt-in page and order page, or you can do both 2-step order form. They both really, really do work well. I don't want to harp on this too much, but if you're doing Facebook ads, I do recommend going 2-step order form. Your opt-in rate will be lower. Okay, your opt-in rate will be lower because you're asking for shipping information on the first page, but your conversion rate will actually be closer to that 20, 25, 30% here, because they've given you their personal information like shipping, as opposed to just an email address on an opt-in page. So just be aware of that. If you're a newbie or even like a veteran Shopify seller, I recommend you just going with the 2-step order form. You'll collect more qualified leads that you can sell to. You could usually expect around 40% conversion rate. I usually recommend shooting for on these. When opposed to an opt-in page, you'll probably be getting closer to 50, 60%. But again, you don't necessarily always want to fill your email list with just random people that are never going to buy from you. But that's the basic page here, opt-in. Now, after that, they can go to a bunch of OTOs. Now, here, they're doing, this company's crazy. Like, I'm just going to say, like, they're doing crazy things in here. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys real quick. This is their continuity piece. They're basically like, look at the perceived value of this thing, wait, order is not complete. Today, you also get this $119 Hoffman Richter tactical pen free. Guys, this pen, you can go get this for $1, probably less. Like, and they're basically giving it away for free in exchange for, and you guys might not catch this, catch this right now because I don't think this is as ethical, and we don't need to get into all that, is basically they're signing you up to a continuity program. You can read that right there. We're going to bill you, $17 a month. I always recommend, guys, like, your customers, they trust you, okay? So don't, like, take advantage of them. Remember, like, they know this. They do so much volume. They're probably on, like, some really high-risk merchant accounts that allow them to do this kind of stuff. But if you do stuff like this on Stripe and PayPal, which is what I recommend people use, like, you're going to get a lot of chargebacks. You're going to get a lot of refund requests. So always be clear. Be like, hey, we're giving you this like, their conversion rate would still be good here. Just be like, hey, I'm giving you this $119 tactical pen completely for free. In exchange, we're going to give you a 30-day trial to our survival club, where every single month we send you the latest and greatest survival gadgets, right? I'm telling you, your people will still join it. You don't have to, like, hide it. But you could see that, I mean, this is a great freaking page. I mean, it's a really high perceived value on this product. And here's one that I want to share. There's two more that are really good. Two more upsells, because they do a really good job of mixing both information and physical. So here's two more of their upsells. So here they're saying, when the shit hits the fan, for those of you that know what that means, you're like, it took me a while to get that. I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And I was like, oh, okay.
I don't think that's a well-used acronym, is
it? Yeah. I guess they might, because think about it, like, maybe their market does use that all the time. So who knows? Get the hell out of Dodge, right? This is really good. See, they know their niche so well and their market so well that they literally can speak to them. Like using things like this, like, get the hell out of Dodge. Like, I never, like, where I come from, like, people don't say that, but, like, I could tell you, like, definitely people in, like, the South, Texas, those people that are really targeting, like, they say those kind of things, right? Like, so speaking the lingo of your customers is so powerful, because they're gonna, it adds credibility, guys, because a lot of people, like, they'll just be like, oh, just trying to sell something, but when you speak the same language, that customer is gonna be like, oh, I know this person understands me. They're one of us. I trust them. Right? So using things like this is really powerful. So what they're doing here is a long form sales page. I personally don't do long form stuff, but it's something to learn from them. Basically, they're selling a course here. They're selling the Home Survival Blueprint for $37, module 1, module 2, right? They're selling basically a home survival guide, right? And I love using this example because think about it, guys. This is probably, like, they probably went and hired somebody to go put this thing together for them. They probably just went to YouTube, found some guy that loves talking about survival stuff. They're like, hey man, I'll give you $1,000 to put us a course together. And the guy's like, what? You're gonna give me $1,000? He's like, yes, absolutely. Perfect. No problem. They give him $1,000. Even so, they're selling this here for $37, right? This thing, eventually it's gonna be all profit for them. And it's probably very quick through the volume that they're making. Okay. Now, this is a great example to show how you can, right, mix information and physical products. And it's extremely powerful, guys. I always recommend people, if you do want to do this, because I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, then I'm just going to sell this on the front end and upsell my physical stuff. Don't do that. Lead in with physical products first, like a free plus shipping offer, because it's like the Amazon effect. Like, people have that anticipation, that build up where they're like it's Christmas. They can't wait to get their package, right? It's like why Amazon works. That's why I always love leading in. Like, think about even like Russell Brunson. You guys all know who that is. Like, there's a reason he leads in with a physical product, like that free plus shipping book funnel, right? And then upsells the information, right? Think about it that way. So that's what I like to do personally as well. And then here's their other one where they're selling, because I know there's going to be some people who are like, you can't sell more expensive things in a funnel. You can. Look, they're doing it right here. It's not high ticket, $49.95 for this 28-piece like tactical gear bag, right? Again, right? Lots of perceived value, great looking imagery right here, just showing like, wait, this is only $49 for all this stuff. I get a knife. Like, look at all these things like that I'm getting. Right. And funny enough, this is another continuity program. Over almost every single one of their upsells I just showed you are all continuity programs. And they don't, that's my only thing is like, they don't explain it well enough. But so I always recommend you guys like explain it. Like every single one of those is a continuity. The pen, the course was a continuity, and this is a continuity as well. Because they're saying like today use our new member discount, right? Like all that, it doesn't even say it anywhere on this page. Like I know because I did it when I funnel hacked this, and they billed me. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, yo, what the?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the example funnel right there. So you can see it's really simple. Like I always recommend people, like if you're currently like a Shopify seller or selling on Amazon and you're trying to get off of Amazon and actually build your own customers, just take your best selling product, put it into like an offer, and throw it into a funnel. Right? Those of you that sell on Shopify, like I personally. Like a lot of people like they love Shopify for some reason. Like I don't. Like I think it's a waste of time and money because you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on just like catching the next product trend or riding some wave of a product while it's like trending. Like I don't play that game. I love evergreen products like this, fishing lures, where I can just set them up with my paid ads and basically it's set and forget, right? Because that product, there's always going to be people coming into that market wanting that product. So I'm always getting fresh customers into my free plus shipping offer, right? And then I'm going to be able to send them up on my back end, right? Selling them more bundled products or putting them into my continuity programs. So start thinking your business like that, right? A lot of people are like, they only focus on that first sale. And that's like, oh, it's so, in e-commerce especially, you can't do that. Like I'm willing to so this is like my rule of thumb. If my cost per purchase, like on Facebook or influencers, like if my cost per purchase is equal to or lower than my average cart value, then I'll keep running those ads. Even though I might have even though I have product costs in there, I'm okay with that because I know like I have continuity members coming in, right? That's free money. That's free sales. Like if anything, that should sell you on the funnel. It's one click into continuity. You can't do that anywhere. No Shopify app lets you do that as seamless as this. Okay. So I always recommend like, if you're trying to like when people ask like, oh, how do you pay yourself from your e-commerce businesses? And that's exactly how, right? All of my OTOs, all of my front end sales, that money always gets reinvested back into my business. And then I pay myself from the reoccurring revenue. So I always recommend shooting for a 50% margin so you can get to like, so it's clear, right? You can always basically, it's predictable every single month. So yeah, hope that makes sense to everyone.
There's so many light bulbs. I'm trying to think of which one to start with. So we've talked a lot about this. I do want to mention there will be links down below. So Peter teaches a lot more in this. Obviously, a ton of stuff has been talked about. Obviously, there's a ton more. Like you can take what he just talked to you and probably get going, but there's probably a lot of mistakes that we've made along that journey. So there's a link down below to a webinar where it sounds like you talk a lot more about this, right? Anyway, so I just talked about that. There's links down below to both ClickFunnels, which you talked about. And then more importantly, Peter obviously teaches a lot more than what he can do in a single interview like this. I think it's pretty clear he knows what he's talking about. So there's a lot more training down below where you can learn a lot more about what Peter's talking about. There's obviously more logistical things, that go into this, the logistics of creating that funnel. So that's all explained kind of in that link down below. Peter, thank you so much. Is there anything else you feel like people could hear?
Oh man. Well, thank you so much for having me. Like if anybody has any questions, you can always, comment on this video. I'll make sure to pop in and answer any questions whatsoever. But like for you guys that are just starting out, like one thing I could say is like, if I could take myself back, like start something in a business that you could see yourself doing in 5 years, and also have a business that you're not embarrassed to tell your friends about. Okay. Like also like a lot of people, like they're like, oh man, you're on the wrong business if like you're scared to tell your friends or family about the business that you're in.
Yeah.
And secondly, like stop making things so difficult for yourself. Right. Like you don't need like I see this so like so many people are like just trying to hop on these trends and especially in e-commerce, like just focus on like one product offer that's going, you can get the winning product. Like the winning products are there. Just give people a reason to buy from you instead of your competitors. Like that's the most important aspect to this game. So I could leave everybody with that. Like always focus on your offer and what's differentiating you from your competitors.
Yeah. And I just like to add, like if you look at that funnel we just went through, it wasn't like the world's prettiest funnel. Like there's nothing like amazing about that. I'll bet you anyone that's watching this could design that in a day or two. But they went and they did it. They did it and then they adjusted and they fixed it along the way. these people that are crushing it they're just doing it. Like they're taking it seriously and they're doing it, and then they're fixing it as they go. So that's what I would add. Peter, thanks again. That was seriously so enlightening. So people, click down below. I'm sure there's gonna be some things popping up that you can click as well to learn more, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Thanks again, man.
Thanks again, Peter.